Good morning, good morning, good morning. Buenos dias, mi gente, yogi yo. My name is Rob Hoback. I am here. Welcome to Daily Discipline number 136. Regardless of where you are, how you're listening, doesn't matter. Just appreciate you being here and spend a couple minutes with us. I'm like, it's more of a statement. In like a lion, talking about the month of March. Welcome to March. We're 1/6 of the way through the year. In like a lion. It's like a lion today, man. It's cold here in Oklahoma, which leads me to I'm warm, thankfully. Even wore a short sleeve shirt today to remind myself I'm warm. Significantly warmer than what I grew up in. Seriously, when we were a kid, the second house we lived in, the upstairs didn't have any heat in it. So it's pretty cold, all right? It's better. My life is better. All right, what do I want to talk about? We're random today, right? Random. Number one, thank you for all of the views. It's funny how the views come, right? And we're just on a roll. It's just we get 15-ish every day, and we just seem to add a couple more here, and every once in a while jump over 20, and then we'll come back down. And remember, we started with we had like 22 subscribers and got like 3 views, right? Incremental improvement, just a little bit every day. Put a brick down. All right. So yesterday, after talking about you got to pay, I got a couple phone calls talking about their piece, right? First was Screech. And man, I love it when Screech wants to talk about this. Number one, Screech is very selfish, so he calls right in the middle of Addie's time when we're trying to get ready and demands that I talk to him. But, nobody's perfect, so we will allow him to be selfish and we'll give him some of our time. But anyway, he shared with me that, when we're talking about I-35, he's like, dude, I've lived by I-35 my entire life, and talks about how he was born into a community right off of I-35. He lived there until he went to college right off I-35, then moved to Kansas City, lived right off I-35. Then just a couple years ago, moved down to the Dallas area. Yeah, right off I-35. So that dude has not strayed far at all from I-35, which is not shocking to anybody who knows the creeper, lives a very linear lifestyle, but likes to talk about how he's going to change the world. A lot of talk so far. Love you, dude. All right. Number 2, several circumstances yesterday just remind us fear, still a liar. Still a liar. Always a liar. The third thing, I just want to talk a little bit, bring some more clarity to our vision that way. That there will be a focus. These are fundamental guiding principles, right? I'm writing an RFP, so I have all this stuff in my head. I was thinking, what are the guiding principles of the Ville? Number one, that we will heal through music and we will heal through sports. We will teach life lessons using those as our vehicles. Music and sports. Let me talk about music and sports and how it can make your life better all day. I'm a happy camper. My tail's wagging, right? Number 2, fundamental principle, women's empowerment. Yeah, right? I've said this before, I will continue to say it. J12's one of these ladies. The QE1's one of these ladies. I got a couple sisters that are ladies. High potential. They can juggle so many things and organize and put things together. And I think about this and I'm like, man, once you girls figure this out, like us boys, now that it has become this whole Me Too thing, we can't just beat you up or force you, fear force. That's what dudes had before. Now we don't have that anymore, and all of a sudden the girls are going to take over. And I just like the record to note that I was an early adopter, so when y'all are in charge, beat me last. Take guys like JM and Creeper, beat them first, right? And then the third thing, so you healing through music and sports, women's empowerment, and the last is that our specialty will be helping people that have been discarded and marginalized by life. Think about that. The people that say that they're worthless. They're worthless. How do you not? I don't know. It's just worthless, right? No, there's a human being there, right? Now they can prove to be worthless. They can just move on with their life, but we should give people a chance. Anyway, so I just wanted to share those things. And then the last thing that I want to talk about is this radical forgiveness. So again, going back to what we talked about earlier in the week, I'm focusing when I'm meditating 10 minutes every morning, regardless. Even had to fight myself a little bit to do it this morning. No, I know you're busy. You got to do it. And so just, again, taking a couple minutes and being aware of what I'm thinking about. And the first thing is to take a step back from me as a person, get some perspective, look at my life and the universe in its entirety or as much as I can see and say, how can I help, right? How can I be compassionate? How can I make the world a better place? Grandiose, you bet, right? It's better than sitting around worrying about money, right? The second part is that I think of it just gratitude. Spend a couple minutes in gratitude, thinking about all of the things. And the beauty of daily discipline, one of the beauties on 136, that now like it's like I'm able to compartmentalize sections of my life, and I can quickly reference them. Hannah Street Steak and Shake Rob, NASCAR Rob, Angry Rob, Jesus Rob, all these other versions of myself that I can look at that and go, oh, that's what that is. And so it's really a journal. But what it's done for me is it's really put things in perspective, and my gratitude has gone way up, way up, way up. Matter of fact, impromptu story time. Yesterday, JM called me. He's a baller, getting ready to go on a trip, and he was asking me for a recommendation where to take his lovely bride for a day lunch, probably a little day drinking, right? I hope so. Anyway, and so he asked me, and he's like, well, when you used to go to this area, when you went to San Diego, that's what, did you, about this place? I'm like, no, that's, and so we go through like 3 or 4 scenarios talking about these nice places where I've eaten, and guess what? I never paid to travel to San Diego. I never paid for any of those dinners. This was all part of my job. And then I think to myself again, I'm like, and you complain, right? Like these are your life lesson or life experiences where you've gotten to go to these amazing restaurants. Like the Ruth's Chris if you've never been to a Ruth's Chris, like I want to take my Aunt Barb and Aunt Pat and my mom to a Ruth's Chris. I think that would be fun. My mom would complain about it, no doubt. Somebody would touch the plate after they tell you not to touch the place, but it's so good. It's so good, right? And in the one that I used to go to in California, in San Diego, it's actually in Del Mar. So you got San Diego, and then you got, like these pockets within San Diego. So like San Diego is already really nice, and then you get like Del Mar. It's just like ridiculous, right? Just like money everywhere. And so, because it's one of the nicest places in the earth, right? So anyway, I'm talking about all these places that I've been. I'm thinking, man, you don't belong there. Like, that's not, like, you got to go visit that thing and somehow complain, right? So, yeah. And then the third part, right, is that the third part of my meditation is the radical forgiveness. And it requires me to forgive people who probably aren't sorry for what they've done. They certainly haven't asked for my forgiveness, and it doesn't matter. That's especially why I have to forgive them, right? And so there's 2 relationships in specifically that I thought about, or I think about every day, and I'm like, you have to get past this. You don't get to go to the next level while that's holding you back. Gotta let it go. Yes, they wronged you. Yes, it's their fault. Blah, blah, blah. You're responsible for you, Rob. Let it go. So these are the conversations I have with myself. And I will tell you that one weekend, without them knowing that this is part of my morning routine, both of those relationships are already getting better. They're not perfect. They probably never will be. But the point is, I'm aware and I'm doing something about it. Man, I went kind of long today. You're welcome. Hands up. Peace out. We are better together. Remember that. That's the first part. Better together. I'll be back here tomorrow. Hope you have a great day. I love you. Thank you for watching. Tell your friends. Go get a subscriber. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.